So what's up, beautiful people of YouTube? Welcome to Dom's Media Zone. And in today's video, we're talking about Peak Design's capture camera clip for your DSLR or any other camera that you might have. What this clip does, it gives you instant camera access with a quick release button. So it's a clip made out of all metal. I'll go into the detail of the structure in this video. I'll give you a quick little tour of what's in the box and how this clip works and how it attaches to different kind of things. You can attach it to camera bags with big straps, small straps, your belt, whatever you might need to attach your camera to, and then you just clip it in and it goes into place and you're free to walk around and the camera will not fall out because you have this little clip here with a button that you need to press to release the camera. Now, I found this clip to be really useful in situations where you're walking around town or in the city, or if you're going for a hike or somewhere and you don't want to keep putting the camera in your backpack in and out when you've reached your destination where you actually want to take some photos. You take your camera out, you take some photos, and then say you want to walk a little bit further because there's something interesting. You don't want to walk around with the camera dangling or in your hands. Just clip the camera back into the clip and you're free. You've got your hands free to do whatever you need with your hands while the camera stays attached to this clip. The nice thing about this clip is it can clip into any of the 4 directions on this plate. So you get a plate that attaches to your camera, and then this can be clipped in anywhere you like. So for example, if we do this, you can have your camera this way. You can have your camera upside down if you wanted to. It works any kind of way on your camera. Now, the cool thing about this clip is it's not just restricted to this camera. If, for example, your binoculars allow you to put in a plate, or you can buy an extra accessory that allows it to attach to your binoculars, and then you can carry binoculars on here. You can carry your GoPro on here as well. So the GoPro comes with this little attachment where you screw it onto the plate, and then you can clip your GoPro and walk around while it's recording. So it does have multiple uses, and it's a really useful tool. Now, it says it can attach to any strap that's 6.4 centimeters or 2.5 inches long. I find this strap to be slightly bigger, and I still managed to get the clip onto this strap here. This is the PG Tech camera bag that I'm wearing right now, and the straps are quite thick and it still managed to attach. It was a little bit of a struggle because the straps were a bit bigger. I had to kind of compress them a little bit, but I'll show you how to attach it to bigger straps later on in the video. So if you think this is something that you might find useful, stay tuned and enjoy. Alright, so let me start off by showing you what you get in the box if you purchase this product. So you get the casing or this little cover that comes with it. It's quite an elastic. It seems like a really well-made cover. It's got nice stitching on it, and you can store all your parts in here if you want to travel around and keep the clip that way. To be honest, I don't think I'm going to use the pouch much because I'm most likely going to keep the clip on a bag strap or something fixed already before I choose to go out with the camera. Now, depending what you purchase, you might get this little plate that comes onto the camera. There are 2 ways to purchase this. You can order this clip on its own, which I've seen being sold all around on its own for a bit less of a price, and then you can purchase it with the base. I'm not too sure why you would order the clip on its own without the base. Maybe some people already have a base, but I don't know why, or maybe from the previous model, not too sure. Well, I ordered the one that comes with the base, and then you've got the complete set. So let me have a look at the main product, which is the capture clip, just to show you how it works. So over here you've got these 2 thumb drive bolts for easy clamping and unclamping. So basically they've got like this little thread. It's very comfortable to unwind with your fingers. You don't need any tools for that part. And what it does is it creates a gap. So depending on what you're attaching it to, if you're attaching it to like a strap, you can choose how thick the strap is, so you can know how much to loosen these bolts by. And then what it does is once you loosened it up enough, you open this clip up like that. You can put it around the strap, so the strap goes in the middle, and then you close it. I will show you a demo of that a little bit later on. One thing I really like about this particular clip, the Peak Design one, it comes with this little rubberized grip so that when you tighten it onto a bag strap, it will not fall down. It won't get loose, so you can tighten it properly, and then it creates a great grip on your bag so that that won't become loose and it won't slide up and down on the strap because of that rubberized kind of grip to it. So the clip has an all-metal build consisting of aluminium alloy chases, a back plate and a quick release button, and stainless steel So the whole thing's pretty much made out of metal. This quick release button doesn't feel like it's made out of metal, but I think they say it is actually. Sounds like it is. And then they also say that all the parts are waterproof and resist rust and salt water. So even if it gets wet and in the rain, or if you drop it into the ocean or something like that, it won't rust afterwards. All right, and how it works is you've got this little quick release button. So when you click this into place, what happens is this plate over here, it's got these kind of ascending and descending grooves on it. So if you clip this on place, or say that's your camera attached, it clips in and then it will not come out until that button is pressed. And then that button moves, allowing that plate to slide off upwards. So it unlocks it that way. Okay, and as I mentioned before, you can lock this pin here. So there's a little line here. So if this white line and black line meet, it means it's not locked. So you can press the button if you're moving around. And if you turn it this way, it actually turns, that locks it into place. Now, I think this is quite important because you can't press this once it's locked. I was reading the reviews and someone has put in their review that they had this attached to their belt and they were going on a hike or something like that, and they didn't lock this pin, and when they moved or stood over like a really steep step, when they took a step, this actually pressed against them and the camera fell off. So if you're going hiking or something like that and you know you're going to be moving a lot, like going up steep hills, I do suggest you lock this on so that it doesn't accidentally press itself, as it has happened to somebody already. But that's a really cool safety feature that they did build in, probably for that specific purpose in mind. At the back here you can see the plate. This is where the screws come out depending on how much you actually tighten or loosen them up over here. So that's how it looks. It's really kind of well made. I really like the way it feels. It's not too heavy at all, but it feels like a very high quality product. Now moving on to the plate itself. The plate itself also got this kind of rubberized grip so that it stays nicely on your camera and doesn't scratch your camera bottom. And then on the other side, you've got this little pin here, or the screw that actually goes into the camera. The one thing that I wish they did a little bit different, I wish they had some kind of groove here that you can use a coin to tighten it, or perhaps like a little thing that lifts up, tightens, and then drops back down again. Because in this case, they gave you this Allen key. So this thing works with the Allen key, and you basically need to screw this onto your camera with an Allen key. The one nice thing about it is once you screw it on, it does stay quite secure. I found that it doesn't really move. Once you secure it nicely, it stays in that position in the camera. Now, some people might not like that, because if they want to use different tripods or different kind of mounts to hold your camera, they might need to have to take this plate off, and in that case they will need to use the Allen key. Having said that though, this plate is compatible with some of the tripods. I find that I've got the Joby tripod that's got the Arca type tripod. I will show you how it fits onto that in a minute. And I've also got like a tripod stand, a big one, and that also fits. So I find that I don't actually have to remove this plate because it works with both of my tripods, and both of them are Arca type, so that's why it works with them. All right, and also in the box when it arrives, you get these two little bolts here, and these are basically Allen key bolts. So you use the same Allen key to tighten these up, and what these are for is they can serve as a replacement for these bolts. So in other words, if you know that you're using one camera backpack all the time and you don't want to take this off often, so you don't need these kind of big and chunky thumb drive bolts, you can take these out completely. It's quite long, as you can see, and once you take that out, you can replace them with these ones. And then once you tighten these with the Allen key, they're much more less kind of visible. They're not as chunky, so it won't attract as much attention on your backpack in the first place. And then it's more of a kind of permanent solution. If you want to permanently fix it onto a backpack using these, there is quite a size difference, and it does look a little bit better because these things aren't on the actual clip itself. So to fix it kind of more permanently when you don't need to remove it, that's why they gave you these two bolts with the Allen key on it, and you can really fasten it quite tight so that the chances are it's not going to come off. And lastly, as I said already, you get the Allen key. So it's one Allen key, which, yeah, in my opinion, I don't think anyone really likes to move around with an Allen key. So an option would be to permanently fix it to your bag and maybe have this attached to your camera while you're going traveling for that day, and then just use the tripods that are compatible with the stand. All right, next thing to show you is I'm attaching this plate to the actual camera just to show you. It is pretty easy with this Allen key. You just turn it a few times. You don't have to even press so hard, and it stays fixed. It won't move. So it's really nice and sturdy. It's got that rubber plate as I showed you before, so it doesn't come off this camera. It keeps it nice and steady, and it doesn't really balance on its own very well, especially if you have a longer lens. This one's a short one and it still doesn't balance, so that's one thing that to note of. If you've got the stand on, it can balance if you really try, but often just a simple little push will send it going forward. So be careful if you want to put it on a rock or something to take your photo and it's got the plate on, just be extra careful. Alright, so as I mentioned earlier, if you want to attach it to your Joby stand, which has got the archetype mechanism on top of it, you can take this off, which is the original plate that it comes with, and over here I've got the camera where the plate is attached, and all I do is just slide it into place, tighten this up, and it works perfectly. As you can see, it's got the plate and it fits perfectly with the archetype mechanism. So there you go, you can put it upside down, this way, that way. It's quite tight, it will not fall off. Okay, and just to demonstrate that the camera can also work with the big tripods, I've got the camcorder tripod that I'm using. This is a really kind of long tripod. I think it's like 1.80 meters or something like that. And it's got the archetype mechanism as well over here, but it's a lot bigger than the Joby one. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to take it off the Joby one by loosening this up, and then we're going to throw that on here and close it up in the same way we did with the Joby. And there we go, we've got the camera secured in place, and what we can do is we can turn it sideways, we can move it around, and it holds it in place perfectly. So it works with all the archetype of mechanisms, which is really useful for myself because that's the stands that I'm using. For other stands, I believe you can buy specific attachments for this. They've got this kind of double plate as well that they're selling for different kind of stands, so go have a look on their website. Up next, I'm going to show you how to attach the capture clip to the actual backpack strap. So here we got a bag. It's kind of a standard bag I used to use for work, and the straps on the bag are quite thick. As you can see, it's not really a thin strap, and also here the width of it is around 6 point something centimeters, so that should be the limit for this. But let's try attach this. So we want it going this way so that the camera can clip from the top, and what we'll do now, we'll put this underneath. Oh, just a little tip, if you got thicker straps, open these screws up as much as you can, these bolts here, until they're nearly falling out. And then once you got that done, all you do is you slide your strap underneath it, and there we go. And then what you do on this side, just to show you, just press the strap down a little bit, loosen it up a bit more until it's comfortable. Cool, and there we go, it's clipped into place. Now you can adjust it how you want it to sit. Say you want it to sit a bit lower, you can always move it around a bit. And once you got that done, you can tighten these as much as you can, and that will ensure that it's sitting nice and tight on the camera strap and will not slide up and down, will not fall off because of the bolts. There we go. Now that it's tightened, you can pull on that as much as you want. It will not move because it's securely clipped onto the backpack strap. And the nice thing is you've got those spare bolts. So with the Allen key ones that I showed you earlier, if you wanted to fix this permanently onto a bag, take the Allen key and you can tighten it much better with an Allen key, and it will sit there pretty much forever until you take it off. Now that it's attached, you've got the quick release button. You can probably choose which side you want to attach it to. In my case, I would probably have attached it to this strap over here, so that when I've got it on my bag and I want to just quickly release the camera with this button, it's better if it's on that side so that you can just kind of move your thumb in and pick the camera up. But it's up to you how you want it to work, how you want to attach it. To take it off, it's also really simple. You just hold this down a little bit, give yourself some wiggle room here, and there we go. You can just unscrew these until they come up quite high. Do the same on this side. And then once they come up, you can just unhook that and it comes out quite easily, and you can just store it back. There we go. You can tighten that securely so that it doesn't wobble around. Okay, and lastly, this is how you attach the clip to the belt. So it's going to be sideways, but because the plate has all four sides to it, you can clip it in any side that you find most convenient for you. So it's the same principle as I've showed you with the bag. Unfortunately, I'm not wearing any trousers with a belt today. I've got my tracksuit trousers on, so I wasn't prepared to go change and put a belt on. But these pictures show it pretty clearly how to do it. And it's pretty comfortable when it's on your belt. It's easy to reach as well, so you can just kind of unclip it and take your photos as you need to do that. So the options are really good with this clip. You can pretty much attach it to any backpack and any belt. So what's my final opinion about this clip? Well, at this point in time, I think it is a little bit pricey. It goes for $80 or 64 British pounds. I have found the silver version that went for 52 pounds. So I managed to find the silver one was slightly cheaper than the black one, but I think that was some kind of a promotion. So at this point in time, it is pricey, but it is also the best probably clip out there right now that's available. I've had a look at a lot of different ones, read the reviews. This one seemed to be one of the better ones, and you can see it in the quality and in the build of this clip. It really seems like very high quality, very well made, very durable. I don't think I'll need to buy another clip unless I lose this one somewhere, because I don't think it's going to get damaged anytime soon. So would I recommend this product? I absolutely would. If you're someone that's into photography and you're out and about quite a lot and you want quick and easy access to your camera, either on the belt or on the bag strap, I definitely recommend buying one of these clips. It will change the way you take photos. As I said, the only negative I really had about this clip was that the base plate that tightens to the camera has got this Allen key that you need to use to unscrew it, but if you're using tripods like me that the plate is compatible with, that shouldn't be an issue. So yes, my final verdict is it is a great product and I would highly recommend it. Now, I did recently sign up for Amazon Affiliate, so if you are interested in buying this clip, do click in the description down below. I will put a link to that. I'm trying that out. This is a kind of new YouTube account, so I'm still learning how to use that, but apparently if you click on it and buy it on Amazon, I'll get a little bit of a commission, something like 3%. So that will always help. I don't see why not. So as usual, thank you so much for watching the videos. If you did enjoy this video, do give me a like and do subscribe to this channel. I'm going to be doing many more videos to come in the future. So I hope you enjoyed this. Take care, stay safe, and goodbye.